Hi Spartans! In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an annotated bibliography in NoodleTools. An annotated bibliography sounds complicated, but it's simply your bibliography or works cited or references list with annotations or short summaries and an indication of how you plan to use each source in your paper. This video will show you how NoodleTools can help ease the process of creating your annotated bibliography. So you can see I'm signed into NoodleTools and I'm on the Sources tab. I've previously entered a source from the EBSCO databases and I'm ready to create my annotation. Because I saved the permalink from the EBSCO databases when I created my citation, I can click View Live Web Page to open the article in EBSCOhost. I'm already signed into the EBSCOhost databases, but you may be prompted to sign in. Remember, there's a two-step sign-in process where first you need to sign in using your Hamilton East login, and then you can click and sign in with your personal account through Google. Now, once you are back in the detailed record, you may be tempted to go to the abstract and grab your information or your citation from there. Please remember that you cannot cite an abstract as research in your paper. You must go to the full text of the article. Because the PDF is available for this article, I can see the article as it would appear in the journal. I can see that there are 20 pages in this article. But as a high school scholar, I do not need to read all 20 pages of each article. There are a few sections that you can focus on, and I'd like to highlight them now. At the top of the article is the same abstract or summary that appears in the databases. Once you get into the full text, most articles will start with an introduction or background. Usually it's only several paragraphs to page. I would suggest you read the introduction because it usually summarizes previous knowledge and research on the topic, and it may point you to additional papers that you can use to support your thesis. After you read the introduction, there may be tables and data and sections showing methodology and results. I'm going to give you permission to skip through those pages. I'd like you to get to the end of the article where you will find a section called Discussion or Summary of Findings or Conclusions. Right? These sections more clearly state what the study found. Because you are a high school scholar and not a researcher in this topic, you do not need to analyze every methodology and every result for the papers. You can trust that because it was published in an academic journal or a scientific journal, that others have done that work for you. As a high school researcher, we're going to go to the discussion or summary of findings and find the information that supports our thesis or statement that we want to put in our paper. It is also important to note if there is a limitation section in your article. That will tell you how you can and cannot generalize the findings. For example, if a study is limited to a specific population or geographic area, you may not be able to generalize the results to the entire United States. Make note of those limitations and remember them when you're creating a summary of your article and when you're discussing it in your paper. In this example, I have found the relevant findings and information that I would like to include in my paper. Let's go back to NoodleTools and create our annotation. Still on the Sources page for this citation, I'm going to go and click on the Options button and then Edit. Edit will open the form that I filled out to create the citation with the information from the database, and as I scroll down, I will find the section where I can create my annotation. You can type and format your annotation in this box, following the format provided by your professor or your teacher. Generally speaking, an annotation includes a summary of the relevant information from the article, as well as how you intend to use it in your paper. I recommend writing your annotation in the same style that you might use in your paper. In this manner, you have started writing your paper as you're doing your research. Your annotations can begin the building blocks of your paper. In this example, I've included a few sentences summarizing the findings of the article. I've included an in-text parenthetical citation, and I also included a statement of how I plan to use this article in my research paper. Note, by including the parenthetical citation, I could use these first few sentences directly in my research paper, starting my writing and creating the building blocks for my paper as I write my annotations. Once I've completed my annotation, click Save, and my annotation will show up on my Sources page in NoodleTools right after my citation. Now I'm ready to export my annotated bibliography. In the menu bar, click the drop-down menu at Print Export and go to Formatting Options. Under Include, make sure you have Citations and Annotations turned on. If I'm printing my Works Cited list, I could choose Print Citations Only. In this case, for my annotated bibliography, I'm going to print my citations and annotations. And click Close. Now I can go to Print Export and export my annotated bibliography to Google Docs. You can see NoodleTools has exported my annotated bibliography with my citations and annotations. If I had multiple sources, they would be in alphabetical order. If you have any questions about creating an annotated bibliography or using NoodleTools or the EBSCOhost databases, please contact me in the library. Thank you for watching.